So having an open body language is what turns girls on, and it really comes down to understanding the difference between like masculine behavior and feminine behavior. So I'm going to talk about that in this video because telling you to have open body language, while I just gave you the answer right up front, if you don't understand what that means to have like open body language, and I'm going to give you some examples, then you're likely not going to know how to do it. So actually, I would argue that most people don't even pay attention to their body language when they communicate with people, especially men when it comes to girls. And that is because humans in general, dating back to like when dinosaurs were around, we understood body language before we even had like a verbal way of communicating, like before English was around or any other language. People understood body language. Women understand body language far better than men ever will. This is why, guys, it is so important to understand what having open body language is. So let's talk about that. Now, before I do, I want to go ahead and say that if you want help understanding women for free, I've got a free ebook in the description down below that comes with a free bonus as well. Also, gentlemen, I'm putting together a new like video course and community where guys can get together and really understand women. That's going to be in the link as well. So remember what I just said, that women understand body language much better. And, a way of explaining body language would be that if you see a guy that's angry and he looks like he's going to beat somebody up, you don't need him to be talking to understand that. He looks like he's going to punch somebody. He just, oh my God, he looks mad. And if you're happy, like smiling right now, you don't need me to speak to be able to tell you that I'm in a good mood. Same if you're like depressed or sad. You can see it on our faces. But where I'm going with this on when it comes to like masculine and feminine behavior is this. So men we're much bigger than women are, like from a genetic level, and because of that, we're more like direct, we're stronger, we're wider naturally. Whereas women, because they have smaller frames than men do, they're naturally like closed together. And so women don't want to be like the women are, I guess I should say, women are very vulnerable. So if you ever like talk to a girl out in person and she doesn't like you, she'll like keep her purse like close to her. Or if she's walking by herself, she'll keep her stuff towards her. Or if you ever see like a girl talk, they don't talk like with their arms out. They talk like with everything close to them, kept together. That's feminine behavior because women are very vulnerable. Feminine women are submissive. Having open body language where you take up a lot of space, that's very dominant, very domineering. That's what men are supposed to do. Men are supposed to have this type of body language. That gives you the basic understanding of the difference. Men are just broader in general, more direct. They kind of go after what they want. But women, because like men can hurt them, they have to protect themselves. So kind of keep everything close to them. And so that's just feminine behaviors. Pay attention to this, guys. When you go out to bars, you will see that if I have my energy drink here, men will hold their drink right here. And look, I get this is a really comfortable spot to hold your drink because it's better than having it like by your side with your arms kind of out. But I want you to understand, gentlemen, that I'm putting this in the video because this right here, holding your hand close to your chest, you're guarding your heart. This is feminine behavior, believe it or not, because your body is close together. What you should do, and it might be uncomfortable at first, but have your drink out to the side and kind of like have your arms out a little bit. Now, don't have them out where you like look goofy, but have them out by your side, and that's gonna make you more approachable because you're taking up a lot of space. You're gonna act confident. And another thing that body language does, have an open body language, is having more of like open, like a better stance kind of body language. That's because you're projecting confidence, you're projecting that you're like important. Women are going to pick up on that as well, because you could talk to a girl, and if you have poor body language, but you're like complimenting her, well, she's not really going to believe that, because like the way your body is, like you're like kept together like this, like you might sound like really confident when you talk to her, but if your head's down when you're telling her that, that's not very like confident or that you're in a good mood. But if you're like on a date with a girl and you've got like your arms out to your side and your head's held up high and you're telling her, man, I love your smile every single time I see it. You know why I love it? Because every time I see you smile, girl, it lights up my world and I get butterflies on the inside. See, that's going to come across as more like confident, like, oh my God, did he just say that to me? And the way it's coming off and why it's going to be received that way, gentlemen, is because of my body language. I am acting Like, yeah, I just told that to you, and and I meant it. I absolutely meant what I just said, and my body language is going to support that. Other reasons why open body language and taking up it's basically you're just taking up a lot of space. So if you go on a date with a girl, you want to make sure that like you're not like bending over the table, you're not like keeping your like if you keep your arms crossed like this, like a lot of guys I've talked, like me being in a wheelchair, it's very comfortable for me to have my arms like this next to me when I talk to people, but I'm closing off my body. So when I talk, like if I'm at the gym, for example, if there's a machine next to me, or not like a machine, but like a little like bench or like a sheet to do like shoulder presses, they've got like a bar in the back of those. I'll rest one of my arms on that and I'll lean over on that thing because I'm taking up a lot of space. But if I keep my arms closed like this, gentlemen, again, I can be the most confident guy in the world. But because I'm closing off my body language, I'm acting feminine and submissive. Women pick up on stuff like this. Men are supposed to be like leaders. They're supposed to be more direct. They're supposed to act like they're important. And I have one of the things I like talking about is like you have to act like you're in a good mood, because also if even if you're not in a good mood, gentlemen, if you like perk up, if you like pick your back up, you pick your back up straight, roll your shoulders back, and keep your head up high. Tony Robbins talks about this, if I'm not mistaken, but your body communicates with your mind. So even if you're in a bad mood, if you're like depressed, if you fix your posture, your body, your brain is going to naturally think that you're like in a confident, better mood. So even if you're in a bad mood, if you're walking around like you're like you're the man, you're going to start talking that way, and you're not even going to realize that you're doing that. And the same thing applies if you're hunched over and you're kept like this and you look like you're in a bad mood. You might be in a great mood, but you're going to slowly start becoming in like a bad mood. Another example too, not necessarily body language, but to give you an idea of what I mean by having better posture, open body language, and acting confident, because that's what women like. One of the things women look for confident men. They don't look for rich guys. They don't look for the best looking guys. Okay, you can have all that, or you cannot have that. But women, from an evolutionary perspective, women are attracted to confident men. And body language is a very good way to project confidence, because men like beautiful women, but beauty in a woman's eyes is confidence. Like men, we look at beautiful women, we look at beauty. When women look at men, they look at confidence. That's how women see men. This is why body language is so important, guys. So going back to that example, there was a girl that I used to talk to, and that way back a couple years ago now, that every single time I was around her, she was always in a bad mood. Now, if we were like hooking up, then of course, because she was getting pleasure, she felt good. But if we were out and about, it's almost like she had to complain about something every time I was with her, dude. What, my God. And what started happening, and you'll notice, do you ever hear that quote, you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with? That is absolutely true. That negative energy will start bleeding into your life, and you're going to find yourself becoming more of like a negative person. So if you want to get rich, for example, you want to stop hanging out with poor people and start hanging out with rich people. If you want to get in shape because you're overweight, if your friends are overweight, you are more likely to become overweight. How body language affects all of this is because if you want to approach a girl and talk confidently, you might be nervous on the inside, but if you're walking up to her and you're acting like you're confident, your body language is projecting to the girl that you're a confident, put together man. She doesn't need to know that you're nervous on the inside, and because you're projecting yourself as you're important, you're naturally going to like sound that way anyways. Just because of how women understand body language. You know, men don't have this ability to do it. I'm studying body language right now just because this is one of those things that I've never really like learned about. So like a couple other things is like your voice, for example. You got guys that say you need to talk in like a deep, slow voice. Well, you actually don't have to do that when it comes to talking to women. You don't have to. Is it more now? If you sound like a pipsqueak or you're in high school, it might be a good idea to lower your voice. But if you do that, you might not come across as natural. When we're children, we naturally have like good posture anyways. But our school system puts us on these flimsy desks or like these chairs, and they expect us to lean over on our desks. Our environments ruin our posture. So the moral of the story, guys, is open body language is very attractive to women because it's very masculine. You just want, the idea is just to like take up a lot of space. Okay. Just have whatever you do your best to not keep your body close to itself. That's very feminine. So if you're out at like a bar, if you're at like at a dinner table or something, put your arm over on the table, lean back in the chair. That's taking up a lot of space. That's an example of what I mean. I'm sure there's other videos that can tell you how to become more like, or how to have better like open body posture, but you really just make sure you're standing up straight, your head's held up high. If you're looking down and you're crunched over like this, that's submissive behavior. If your shoulders are forward all the time, like I'm in a wheelchair, mine naturally come forward. So if I sit still, I gotta literally like pull my shoulders back. I have to like hold that, and it can be uncomfortable, but I'm aware of it at least. So if you guys like this video, man, please like, comment, and subscribe. And hey, if you have anything you want me to film a video about, man, please leave it in the comment section down below. I would love your help coming up with different ideas. And again, remember, I've got a free ebook in the description down below. And gentlemen, this video course and community that I just put together, this is like my like next big project that I'm really working on. I think men can have a much better time with women when they actually take the time to understand women. So that's what I'm trying to do, is I have a full video course breaking down how to understand women, how to talk to them, how to be like more of a man. And then I've also got the community side of it. I'm building out a Telegram community where you're going to be able to interact, meet new people, me included. And then I also offer at the moment bi-weekly live calls. So any questions, comments, or concerns you have answered, well, you don't have to pay for the one-on-one coaching with me if you don't want to. If you're part of this community, inside of this community on a live call, you can get whatever's bothering you answered with me directly. Really looking forward to seeing where this comes in the next like couple years, bro. I'm really excited for this. And hey guys, if you like this video, man, check out this one right here. You're gonna love that one as well. And guys, I will see you in the next one.